Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So today is your year ahead 2017 year ahead reading. I'm doing it in the style of the life spread reading. So this reading focuses on 5 areas of your life. This is the only life spread I'll be doing for 2017. And it's focusing on 5 areas of your life, what could be coming in for some of you guys in the year 2017. This will focus on your personal situation, your career, your home life, your love life, and also the future card. Now, the future area I see as being not only future, but sort of the running theme throughout the year as well. Life spread can last a long time, trust me, on these readings. So take note of that. You can also order these readings as a year ahead reading from my website if you so wish. So it'll be personalised to your situation. The others, and I'm using the Radiant Rider-Waite deck for this. Okay, it's the same deck as the normal Rider-Waite, it's just on glossier card. So we do that, and then we've got something called the anchor cards. You've got 7 anchor cards, and they're all made up of major arcanas. And those major arcanas, basically you've got starting with the foundation card showing what the focus should be for the year for you, but this foundation card number 1, should also show the overall outcome where everything is heading for your personal situation. We've then got the card that is referencing your career, the overall outcome for your career, overall outcome for love, or overall outcome for home life, for the future area, and also what your wish for the year should be in all areas of your life, and also the overall outcome where everything should be heading. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So we're going to shuffle Sagittarius. Universe Spirit, show what's coming in for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs in the year 2017. Show what's coming in for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the year 2017. Show what's coming in for their personal situation, their careers, their home lives, their love lives, and future area position. But this can also be what could be a running theme throughout the year for Sagittarius. Also, give me the advice card. What advice you have for Sagittarius during the year 2017? Show me. Right, so we're going to split the deck into 3. We're going to collect that back up, and we're going to start to lay the cards. So we're going to do personal situation first. Now, the top card, you've got groups of 4 to reference each of these 5 areas, and the top card will be the energies, people, situations you might be enduring, experiencing in this particular area. Same for all areas anyway. And the 3 cards underneath should show you a message of how that's going to be, or what's involved, or how things are going to transpire in that area. We're going to focus on the same thing goes for your sorry, that's the wrong position. It's career next. I do apologise. For your career. Let's push these up a little bit. For your home life. Your love lives. And the future stroke running theme throughout the year. And the next card will be, final card is the advice card. We're then going to look at the anchor position. Universe Spirit, show me what is the foundation or the focus going to be for 2017 for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Show me the overall outcome as well in this card for the personal situation. Can you show me, please, the overall outcome where everything is heading for their careers, for their love lives, for their home lives, and also for their future stroke, the way what should be the focus for the year, this area here, please, universe. And also, can you show me what they will wish it, what they'll be wishing, what Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Risings should be wishing for, will be wishing for, or how they'll be wishing the year to go for them in these areas. And also, finally, where everything is heading completely, the overall outcome for 2017 in card number 7. Show me. Alright, if anything shows up reversed, I'll turn it round because these aren't reversals here. You can have reversals here, but I don't use reversals in the anchor. Right, so this card is your foundation. Stroke, overall outcome for personal situation. This is the overall outcome for your career. Overall outcome for love. Overall outcome for home life. This is the wish, where you'll be wishing, or what your hopes or desires will be for things to kind of what direction you'll be wishing, hoping things will go in for these areas here. Everything in the life spread. This is your overall outcome for the future cards here, and the overall outcome in all areas. There we go. Let's make a start on your reading then, and we always start with the foundation. What is the foundation card saying? Well, it's the Lovers. Some of you guys might be focused on getting into new relationships with this card. The Lovers means many things, as all the cards in the tarot do, Sagittarius. The Lovers is a card about being in love. Some of you guys might be focused on something that you're heavily in love with. It could be a person, it could be a job, it could be family members, it could be bringing more unity within your relationships in the year 2017, because this Lovers focuses on partnerships, unions, marriages, that type of thing. Some of you guys might be focused on your own marriages if you're married in the year 2017. The Lovers can also be a card about the choices that we need to make. So with the Lovers card, it's a card about the choice that you make will be the best choice that you can make, because it's going to lead you on the correct path that you need to go through, or walk along. So it could be that there are some major choices that you're looking at making, focusing on in the year 2017. This card also is about the yin and yang, male and female sides of ourselves that we need to bring into alignment. So you might be looking to bring yourself into alignment, the strength with the care and the nurturing, that type of thing, bringing those things into alignment in order to better and to improve your world in the year 2017. And as I said, it is also a card that focuses on being in love. Never get it mixed up with the tarot. Lovers is not just about love relationships. You can be in love with a piece of furniture, you can be in love with a camera, you can be in love with a piece of bloody cutlery. It sounds really weird, I know, but it's the truth. It really is. That Lovers card is all about I love. It's about what you love. And in those choices, you might love something. So if there are choices that you need to face in the year 2017, you need to face a choice, because you're probably drawn towards one area more than the other. And the choice comes when you're looking at having to make a sacrifice for one thing over the other. But really, for me, the Lovers card is about I love something. So I feel the focus is going to be on love. Potentially for some of you guys, it will be new relationships with the Lovers card. It might be on a soulmate or a twin flame relationship. Some of you guys might be heavily focused as well. Let's have a look at your personal situation. What's the general energy around your personal situation, Sagittarius, in 2017? Well, the Ten of Swords shows up here. It's not my most favourite card in the tarot, but it is what it is. The Ten of Swords can run many ways. The Ten of Swords can be, I give up. This is what the card can basically say. It can say, I've had enough. This card can be where you can't let go. For example, if you've been really hurt by a group of people, or you've been really hurt by a particular person, they've got the swords in your back, they've really hurt you, and it's something that you've not recovered from. It might be that the focus for your personal life is on recovery, because the Ten of Swords is also a card that says, you've faced the worst, and it's the end of the worst period in your life that you could have ever gone through. So this could be going on from 2016, that some of you guys have been through. Could be the worst year of your life that you've been through in 2016. Could be a situation that really, really hurt you. This is not a nice card, but it's nice. The way that the Ten of Swords can be really, really nice is where you know that it's time to let go. And sometimes this card can mean it is time to let go of a situation, because it's a number 10, and 10s represent ending of periods within our lives and new cycles, because it's a number 10. The tarot goes up to, if you think about it, the tarot is, when you get cards like, for example, the Wheel of Fortune, or the Wheel of Fortune is another number 10 card. It's the number 10 in the tarot, in the major arcanas, and that's where there are changes occurring within our lives. 10 of Wands is about the most stress that you can go through. The Ten of Cups is the most happiness. The Ten of Pentacles is the most money. It doesn't mean that you come into lots of money with the Ten of Pentacles, but it's the most money that you can get at that time. So when you get tens, are about things coming to a crescendo within your life, and then you kind of start all over again. So, with the tens, are about starting again. 1 plus 0 is, which is a number 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. So it's all about starting new cycles. So some of you guys, after a really, and the thing with the 10s is it's dependent on what that, on what that particular suit is, it says how things end. So the Ten of Swords can be, well, I've been through a really, really depressive, suppressive, oppressive, difficult, really challenging period in my life. But sometimes this card will show up and say, well, it's over. It's the ending now. And now all you need to do is get yourself up and start all over again. This sunset on the card represents after the darkest night comes the dawn. And we can see the dawn is starting to live now, because there's a period of difficulty is now over with this card. So some of you guys, the energy might be that, yes, it could be that the energy in your personal life does reference something of a difficult situation, a real challenge. For some of you guys, you might be facing some form of opposition from others. Ten of Swords can mean, these Ten of Swords are often people's ideas that are oppressing us. So these are oppressive ideas that are in this man's back, and there's nothing he can do about it. It's just too many people. It's like 10 against 1. So for some of you guys, there might be some form of oppressive, difficult situations at the hands of other people and their ideologies and their thoughts, Sagittarians, that you're needing to deal with in your personal situation. Can be work, can be family, can be friendships, can be love, can be anything. For some of you guys, the worst will be over with this Ten of Swords. You've come to a period of real kind of acknowledging there's nothing I can do about this situation, so I'm going to let it go, and a new cycle begins. Let's have a look what's underneath this card. Well, I've got a Queen of Wands showing here, so there might be a person around you, Sagittarius, and funnily enough, this can be you. Sagittarius is usually an Aries energy. It's usually Aries astrologically, but because of the purposes of the general reading, we'll read this Queen of Wands possibly as you, okay? So Queen of Wands we know to be a confident, ambitious, self-reliant, assertive, extraordinarily assertive woman. She is someone who is very much in control of her destiny. She makes things happen. She's like the King of Wands. Remember, kings are rooted in knowledge. So queens be and kings do. So when you're a queen, you're really relying on your knowledge in order to push you forward. So for some of you guys, the Queen of Wands can be somebody who's a manager, in a management position, somebody who runs a business. She's always at the head of something, or she's always aiming higher than herself because she believes. It's a great self-belief card. So for some of you guys, it could be that you have great self-belief, or you are assertive enough, or you have great confidence within your personal situation. What's this around? Brilliant. Judgment. I feel that you have the confidence to begin again with that Judgment card in your personal situations, because the Judgment card is suggestive of not only a period of rebirth that's happening within your life, Sagittarius, but this card also references when there is a resurrection. And we can see here what the beauty so far, real beauty of this reading that I'm loving, absolutely loving so far, is the Ten of Swords and then Judgment. Because if you see here, this person is dead. But the Judgment card says that they are now risen. So we have death and rebirth, right adjacent to each other. Death with the Ten of Swords, rebirth with Judgment. So you're definitely going through a time of rebirth. And what we've got on the end here is you. That you are assertive and confident and bold enough and brash enough, and you feel good enough to transform your life. There's a transformational energy in this. It's so nice so far, Sagittarius. It really, really is. And that's because of something that you're doing, because you're showing us the first card here. You're not letting this energy pull you down in your personal situation in the year 2017. You know, the Queen of Wands is the type of person that will kind of brush herself off. She'll clap her hands. Right, that's done with. Let's get on with the rest. That's the type of individual. She doesn't kind of stay and stew with the situation. All queens are rooted in water. All right, so when you get kings are rooted in earth. Queens are rooted in water. So when you get a queen, she takes her intuition and she works with what she knows intuitively the right thing to do. For example, a Queen of Pentacles, if you're a Queen of Pentacles, don't mean astrologically wise, I just mean in terms of how you are as an individual. You'd be the type of person that would look at a situation and say, right, okay, this is what's going on. Now, intuitively, what do I need to do? What is my intuition telling me to do? And your intuition will tell you something. And then, as the Queen of Pentacles, you'll write that down. You'll start making plans, like one thing after the other. You won't rush to do everything at once, which is what the Queen of Wands can be kind of a little bit guilty of, rushing to get everything done at once. But the Queen of Pentacles would be the type of person who say, right, we're going through this money situation here. Let me write down on a spreadsheet what our incomings are, what our outgoings are. Intuitively, I feel that we need to cut certain things out and leave certain things in. That's what the Queens do. They get through to solutions based on what they intuitively feel is to be the right thing to do. So the Queen of Wands uses her creative abilities, because the wands are dependent, are actually referencing something creative, but they're also referencing great passion and great motivation and growth. So I feel as a queen here, Sagittarius, whether you're male or female, what you're really saying to me is that my knowledge, my intuition tells me that I need to get up again and get that power back and get that passion back in order to experience a watershed, a turning point in my life, in order to bring rebirth and change with this Judgment card, because I'm being called to do this. The energy is this Ten of Swords, and we see right underneath that the Judgment card, death and rebirth here, and it comes at your hands because you're sitting right there. So the Queen of Wands is going through a period of rebirth here, Judgment. Wow! And then we've got the counterpart, the King of Wands here. So I feel that you are going through a period of transformation with the Judgment card, or you're going through a period of rebirth in your personal situation. And this could be as a King of Wands, because remember, King of Wands do. So you lay the best you lay the best placed plans, or the best made plans with that Queen of Wands. Okay, you'll start kind of doing the organisation, because that's what the Queen of Wands does. She organises things. All queens organise. Okay, in their various ways. Okay, Queen of Wands will be the organisational person who will take many things at once and start putting them into their rightful place. So I feel that you're putting your life, your world into order with this Queen of Wands. But you're not ready to reveal what you're doing yet, because you're going through a transformational stage that leads to absolute confidence with that King of Wands energy. You can see both cards are looking at Judgment. They're both facing this rebirth. For some of you guys, it might be a relationship, especially if you're involved with a fellow fire sign individual, possibly a Leo. Maybe you're both looking at reinvigorating your relationship. The energy is the Ten of Swords around your personal situation here, which says that something is absolutely kind of broken. But the beauty is that you don't stay down. So it could be, if it's a relationship situation, maybe you, Queen of Wands, and a King of Wands, possibly a partner, you're both going through a transformational stage. You're both needing to make a very big judgment, very big decision on your future going forward. And it's funny because we have the Lovers here being the overall outcome. So this might just be a love situation going on here. King of Wands doesn't have to be a fire sign. It can be any sign. If this type of person is bold, confident, just as you, it might be with the Ten of Swords energy that you don't see eye to eye. Maybe you feel that the energy is well, how can we, when we're both the same type of energy, how can we kind of meet in the middle? So really this is about compromise as well. And I feel that for some of you guys, with the King being here and the Queen being here, and you're both facing Judgment, you both have to make a judgment maybe on this relationship. But the beauty is that yes, the Ten of Swords shows up as the overall energy concerning your personal situation, which can say that the worst is over in your relationship. Maybe you've been through a really difficult time in 2016, and 2017 sees with this Ten of Swords getting over the worst, because the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands are facing Judgment. This can also be the card that references second chances. So both you and somebody else might be looking at giving the relationship another try, a second chance. And we do have the overall outcome being the Lovers, which is, and we can see you together on this card, which says that two people are together. It's a very strong relationship. It's a soulmate relationship. So the overall outcome could see you and somebody else, especially if you've been going through difficulties, Sagittarius, in your relationships, especially in 2016 going into 2017. It means that for me, looking at both cards, I deal in tarot interaction as well. If this references another individual, King of Wands, because we do have a Queen of Wands and a King of Wands, two suited cards together, Queens and Kings, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Not so much King of Swords, Queen of Swords, because they're more brother and sister. But when you get the fire, earth, and the water sign kings and queens, they're more like soulmate relationships. So you get two people of the same suit. For me, this is a real soul because they're always facing each other. Always. Queen of Cups always faces King of Cups. King of Pentacles always faces Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Wands always faces King of Wands. The only court cards you don't see facing each other is King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, really. Okay? So these two are facing each other. And they're looking over at judgment. And there is an awakening, perhaps a reawakening of a relationship here. After the darkest night comes the dawn with that judgment card. So I'm seeing rebirth for some relationships, resurrection of relationships that have been very poor for some of you guys in 2016, going into 2017. Because it ends up with the outcome being the Lovers. And I wouldn't read that as being a choice exactly. I'd say that this is the coming together of two souls who know that they're meant to be together, because the awakening is with this judgment card between the two factors here. We realize something. When you get the judgment card, it's about a realization that comes to you also. It's about something that happens that makes you realize, or awakens you to maybe something you've taken for granted, or maybe something you didn't look at before that you're taking a second look at. And it's like a real realization there, a real awakening, an epiphany. So for some of you guys, it might be that relationships have been taken for granted. And here we have the judgment card that says, you know, wake up. There's a wake-up call coming to both you and this individual. It's a beautiful reading. For some of you guys, it could be anything. It doesn't have to. These energies, just because they're kings and queens, they don't necessarily have to be people. But I feel if this Queen of Wands is you, I mean, you could be King of Wands, Queen of Wands, either one, really, because you're Sagittarius. It's a general reading. But because this just showed up first, I feel that Sagittarius, Queen of Wands, is facing a judgment. Could be on the King of Wands, but I feel this would be two people that want the same thing. But it could also be Queen of Wands has made a judgment, or is going through a transformational period, or the Queen of Wands, you, via your assertiveness, your confidence, your ability to reorganize your life with this Queen of Wands energy here, has resurrected. Perhaps with this card here, a dying situation in which you go out into the world and you're more confident. You're able to start putting wheels into motion, able to start make things happen with this card. The overall outcome with the Lovers can mean new relationships that are built on top of this. It can mean realigning yourself. It can mean that you take the correct path moving forward, because the choice card, when we look at the Lovers as a choice, it's all about making a choice in terms of the right thing to do, a choice that will benefit you, a choice that will put you on the right path. You can see an angel is here and it's guiding the path that you need to take. So I feel that the overall outcome, if it's something that you are reorganizing within your personal situation, Sagittarius, in the year 2017, the overall outcome is that you make the right choice with this Lovers card, because it really does set you on the right path. Let's have a look at your careers, what's showing up here. Well, and this is definitely you. Sagittarius represents the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is a Sagittarius if you look at the astrological signs with the cards, yes, Queen of Wands usually would be Aries, this would be Leo, and the Knight of Wands is a Sagittarius. So I feel that you guys, again, you're showing up as the Knight of Wands this time. You might be feeling a sense of enthusiasm within your careers, because the Knight of Wands means to feel enthusiastic, again, ambitious, again, excited, thrill seeker, determined, focus, yeah. But the problem with the Knight of Wands and focus is that it can be a little bit fleeting at the best of times. So we're going to use the word focus. I feel that the thing with the Wands card, especially when you get Page of Wands and Knight of Wands, they'll go with a passion. They really will go with their passions. And it's not about having the focus. It's about saying, in this time, in this here and now, this feels good to me. So I'm going to go with the flow, and I'm going to go with this because this feels like the right thing to do. So I feel that you're going to be feeling enthusiastic, passionate, ambitious, determined, excitable, perhaps, in terms of your career. This card obviously as well can say that maybe there's going to be some travel or potentially change-related situations coming in terms of your career, because the Knight of Wands represents Sagittarius, which rules the house of long-distance travel and travel-related situations. Let's have a look at what the cards are underneath this. Well, there we go, Two of Wands. Two of Wands often means the start of a journey. It's the start of progress. When you get the Two of Wands, it's a young card because it's a number 2. So when you get this card, it's about somebody who's starting out on a journey. They're actually making small but steady progress. It's initial progress that somebody's making with this card. They've got one wand to the left, and they've got a globe in the right hand, which says to me that when you look at cards that show hands, for example, you've got the King of Wands. Let me just see. Well, he's pointing to the left, and he's got a wand in the... I'm just trying to think, if I turn this way, and if I was sitting with a wand. The wand is in my right hand with the King of Wands. Where is the wand in? If I were to turn like the Queen of Wands, the wand again is in the right hand. So I feel that definitely there's future forward thinking with this area in terms of personal situation. And again, you get cards where people are, and this guy is holding a wand in his left hand. So the left talks about things in the past, and that somebody might still be holding on to the past. But he holds a globe in the right hand, which is the world. The world is this man's oyster, so he's taking everything that he knows from the past, all his past ideas with this one wand, and he's taking them forward. And I feel that if this is you guys here, Sagittarius, because the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius astrologically, what we could say is that you're feeling the energy around your career is one of enthusiasm, excitement, goal-orientated, passion as well, real passion and fire. We've got a lot of fire showing up in your reading, which makes a lot of sense because you are a fire sign, Sagittarius. So there's a lot of I feel that around this change or enthusiasm or thirst for excitement within your careers with that Knight of Wands can also be some travel here. That is going to be the overall energy you're going to be experiencing. It is underneath this the exploration of a new path, but I think it's based on something you already know or something that you've already done that you're going to be looking to perhaps take out into the world because you have either some prior experience of it, or it could be that it's an idea that's come to you that you're going to be working on, that you're going to be building up. Remember, the Ace of Wands comes before this Two of Wands energy, Sagittarius. So the Ace of Wands is inspirational new ideas. It's fresh starts. It's starting a new project. It's an epiphany moment that comes to you. It's a light bulb. It's a spark of an idea that comes. And the spark of that idea with the Ace of Wands is followed up with the Two of Wands, where this person starts to move forward. And you can see he's got the Ace of Wands in his left hand here. So this is a prior idea that he's had. He's thought about it and he's taking it out into the world. So there's something here you're going to be taking out into the world that has already perhaps been in development. What's the other card? The Hierophant. So the Hierophant often represents, I feel because it's career, the Hierophant can represent religion, it can represent church, it can represent an organisation. So perhaps wanting to take an idea towards an organisation here with the Hierophant. The Hierophant can represent a corporate organisation. It can also represent the powers that be. So maybe you guys are presenting an idea to the Hierophant here. And what's going on after this? The Six of Swords. And that's interesting because the Six of Swords is often when you get this in terms of career, you're definitely changing direction in terms of your career. So we can see changes all over this reading here in terms of your career. I feel that this is saying two things to me, the overall energy in terms of career. The Knight of Wands can be business-related trips that you take. So maybe some of you guys are going to be spending more time out in the field in terms of your career rather than sort of in the office or wherever it is that you're working. You might be doing a lot of travelling with this Knight of Wands energy because it's the card of being swift and it's the card of travel. And in terms of career, it can be business-related trips that you're going to be taking. Underneath this, it might be that you're presenting with that Two of Wands there, or you're devising a plan. Or you're devising something maybe to present to a Hierophant that requires travel with the Six of Swords, or requires some form of a change of direction. We can see that the overall energy is travel here, and I feel that you're presenting an idea that perhaps to the Hierophant that requires some long distance travel with the Six of Swords. Seeing a lot of travelling going on here, Sagittarius, for you guys, because we've got numerous travel cards. Knight of Wands is the overall energy, and then we've got the Two of Wands notoriously can be a travel card, and also the Six of Swords definitely a travel card. This is about starting out. It's the initial progress in terms of a plan towards the Hierophant that requires travel. The Hierophant can also mean that you manage something yourself. This can be somebody who manages a team, for example, somebody who has control over a team or a control over a group of people here. So it could be something like there's some form of initial progress on a plan in which you are looking to control a team, possibly via some form of long distance travel, that type of thing. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're doing work via the internet, for example. Maybe you're going to be doing some work from home, working with managing a team from home via the internet, that type of thing. But there's definitely a change of direction coming in with this Knight of Wands energy here, in which you're going to be making some small progress, or you're developing an idea. This can also be, the twos represent for me, especially Two of Wands, is the development stage. Okay, so I feel that you're developing a plan of action with that Two of Wands. Possibly to present to the Hierophant, which could require travel. If I were to try and piece those keywords together, there's something about traveling, and there's something about maybe a group of people. Could be a group of people that you're presenting something to. If you looked at yourself at the Hierophant, and these two people is somebody that you're presenting stuff to, if we were to look at the imagery on the cards, it could be that you're unlocking the keys to your wisdom. Something that's in the development stage here with this Two of Wands. The Hierophant often, you see the keys on this card, he's unlocking the keys to wisdom. He's opening up a door. It could be that you're working on a plan or exploring a plan that could unlock the keys, the Hierophant, to long distance travel, or to a change of direction. So it might be for some of you guys, you are devising a plan with this Two of Wands that could unlock the keys to changing direction in terms of a career path as well, with that Six of Swords energy here. There's definitely some form of change that's happening here. Where does your career head to? Well, the Emperor. The overall outcome is the Emperor. The Emperor and the Hierophant aren't so dissimilar for me. They're very similar cards because they're both about people who control situations. So the overall outcome could see you guys maybe being at the top of a team here, or heading up a team. Emperor is often in charge, and so is the Hierophant. Especially if you're devising a plan, Two of Wands. So, for example, you're presenting an idea to a Hierophant that could see a change in your working direction, or a change in your work life with the Two of Swords, with the Six of Swords, sorry. Could mean maybe with the Emperor card that you assume control, or that you're building something of greatness here. You start to build something of a firm foundation in terms of maybe an idea that you've got around, perhaps some form of, invention that you've got. But the Two of Wands is often the card of development for me, because it comes after the Ace. It develops on from the Ace. It's where we start with the idea of the Ace, and then we're developing on that idea by taking the idea into the world. And where does it lead to, the Hierophant? So it could mean that the ideas that you're developing here are sanctioned by the Hierophant, that lead to Six of Swords, perhaps success, something like that. But the overall outcome is the Emperor. And maybe for some of you guys, it could be as well that maybe you're devising a plan, maybe to speak to a Hierophant, maybe a group of people, in order to get further or move further with this particular area in terms of your working career. Maybe the overall outcome is, it says, well, so far what the universe is seeing is the Emperor. Maybe there's somebody higher that you're going to need to speak to with this Emperor card. So maybe you need to go through a couple of stages here. It could be an interview, for example. You need to go through one interview and then the second interview. So it could be possibly what I'm looking at here, maybe is 2 interviews some of you guys need to go through. Let's have a look at we'll come back to this one as well. It's very interesting, but I just get the feeling there's something else to say on this. We'll see if there's anything else to say on this. We'll come back to this area here, Sagittarius. Let's have a look what's going on in your love lives. Well, justice. Justice can be something to do with a court, the energies of justice, the energies of a legal matter revolving around relationship. It can also mean, it doesn't have to be the ending of a relationship. It can mean that you get your justice. So for some of you guys, you might be meeting your soulmate in 2017. This is very much a soulmate card. It's a representative of the law of attraction, the number 11 law, the law of compensation. Whatever good you've done in the world is what you'll get back. Or if you have been working hard on yourself as an individual after many, many difficult relationships, it can say that you are now aligned and you are now in the right place. Now is the right time with the justice card to meet that right and perfect person. Can mean that some of you guys have a very big decision to make over a relationship as well with the justice card. Some of you guys, it might be a marriage thing. Let's have a look at the other cards. Well, the Chariot shows up, and the problem with the Chariot is it's not a love card. It doesn't reference love. The Chariot was always a card that was based on the military. So sometimes this can represent a Cancerian individual. So for some of you guys, there might be a Cancerian individual involved. And the problem with the Chariot is that this man is not on the search for love. He's on the search for sex. You get cards like the Chariot, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, those types of cards. The Magician at the best of times as well. Those types of cards in terms of relationships with people can show relationships that perhaps are doomed to failure, because these types of men or women on the Chariot, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Magician, they're very charismatic, very sexy, very good looking, all the rest of it, but they're not really particularly committed individuals. And to me, the Chariot isn't a particularly committed individual. Sometimes this person has different people at their beck and call. So sometimes the Chariot person has not just you as a lover, but perhaps somebody else. You can see with the Chariot that this person has two sphinxes that he's in charge of. So sometimes this is the person who tries to take charge of a relationship, doing things the way that they want to do them, doing things how they want to do them, that type of thing. But it's not a particularly romantic card. Sometimes this is the person who's on the on the search just for a good time. Might be for some of you guys, you're in two minds about a relationship, or you're being pulled in two directions, and you're trying to kind of control something or align a relationship, or bring a relationship into alignment. We'll see what the other cards say. The Queen of Pentacles. So Sagittarius, that isn't you. Queen of Pentacles is a card about, when you get the Queen of Pentacles, this is not a necessarily romantic card either, funnily enough. This is a card that says I'm concentrating on my career. For some of you guys, it might be in 2017 that you're not so focused on love but more career, because the Chariot represents that I'm focused and I'm determined to achieve with that Queen of Pentacles, stability within my career, or stability, a stable home life. So for some of you guys, it might be that the overall energy with justice is that you're determined to, I'm not going to read this as a career card, the Queen of Pentacles, but more as a card that says I'm focused on my own self-worth and my own self-value, and the things that mean the most to me, and the things that are going to bring me the most happiness. So I'm going to be focused on, having a baby, or I'm going to be focused on finding the right individual, or I'm going to be focused on, an individual who I can be compatible with as an energy. I feel that in the love life situation, it might be that you've come to a very big decision in 2017. Perhaps for some of you guys, you've had difficulty in the love area, and in the year 2017, it might be that you're determined to focus on the things that matter to you with that Queen of Pentacles energy, on your home life, on settling down, on building a family with the Queen of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles shows up here. Six of Pentacles in terms of love can mean give and take. Okay, it can mean a relationship that's up and down. It can mean a relationship where you're not the only one. Sometimes this card can reference a flavour of the month situation. I'm going to get the overall outcome. That's a difficult combination in a way when it comes to love, because they're not love cards. The Wheel of Fortune shows up, and the Wheel of Fortune can mean unexpected things that come in terms of love, things that you're not expecting. I feel that this is focusing on career for a lot of you guys, and I feel that the overall outcome with the Wheel of Fortune is saying is that if you're focusing on your career mainly with these cards here, because I feel that you're determined here, possibly to achieve financial stability and security with that Queen of Pentacles, possibly through a role that you play. The Six of Pentacles can be the job that you do. So if you work in sales or in banking or in finance or in helping others, it might be that you're focused on, because we've got two nurturing cards here. Queen of Pentacles would be the first one to put her hands up and help someone, and the Six of Pentacles means when you're helping someone. And I'm not going to read these in terms of love, because I don't think they are love. I feel that some of you guys have made a decision here that you're not going to focus on love so much in 2017. You might be focusing on the things at hand. And Six of Pentacles is really a now card. Six of Cups is in the past. Six of Pentacles is definitely in the present. So I feel that in 2017, you guys are going to be focusing on the things that bring you the most happiness and the most joy. And I feel with these cards, it could be focused very much around possibly traveling as well with the Chariot. Perhaps for your career with the Queen of Pentacles, in which you do a lot of kind of charity work or helping others or that type of thing. But it's saying with the Wheel of Fortune, the overall outcome is, what you're focusing on, you're not expecting love to come in. I feel a lot of you guys won't be expecting love to come in. This personal situation, I feel, might be different for some of you guys who are already in a relationship, that you're going to get through whatever you're getting through. I feel that this area here is possibly around those of you who are single, or those of you who have been really hurt in a relationship, that you've just made a really big decision with that Justice card. Your overall energy with the Justice card is, you know what, actually I'm going to align my life. I'm going to kind of bring my life into balance, which is what the Justice card speaks of. There's no emotion with the Justice card. The Justice card is what it is. It speaks about bringing alignment, balance and harmony and equilibrium back to your world, okay, so that you can kind of live happily. And I feel for a lot of you guys, you're making a big decision with that Justice card to move forward with this Queen of Pentacles energy in order to create some form of, if the Queen of Pentacles is your career, then maybe you guys are focusing on helping others with that, and you're focusing on career here, I feel, mainly, and your own self-worth and value too. And I feel that the Wheel of Fortune really says is the overall outcome, Sagittarius, that you don't know what's around the corner, because that's what the Wheel of Fortune is. The Wheel of Fortune speaks of unexpected things that come to us out of the blue. I feel the overall outcome, when you least expect it, I get that impression that the cards are saying when you least expect it, especially if you're single in 2017, that's when your Prince or Princess Charming is going to turn up. Also, for some of you guys, it could be that there is around you, with the Justice card. Justice card can mean clearing of karma, old karmic situations that needed to be tied up and long dealt with and done and dusted. So there might be a clearing of karma coming in for you. As for some of you guys, you might be moving towards a Queen of Pentacles, male or female, maybe an earth sign individual, in which there will be a give and take relationship with that Six of Pentacles. And it can say really, with that Wheel of Fortune as the overall outcome, you might have hit lucky with this. But the cards like the Six of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, I'm not keen on in terms of love, to be perfectly honest with you. I really am not keen on those cards for love, because the Six of Pentacles can mean that you are flavour of the month one moment and somebody's flavour of the month the next, which is what the Six of Pentacles is for me. Can be an up and down relationship as well. So it might be that with Justice there is a big decision. The energies around your love life might be that there is a big decision to make, because maybe there's a Cancerian individual with this Chariot. And if you look here, this person is controlling two Sphinxes. Okay. There's a Queen of Pentacles in the middle here. And then there's a Six of Pentacles here. Okay. And it's an up and down relationship. So it could be, there is a controlling man here or a controlling woman, for example. This isn't a love card. None of these are love cards at all for love. Not one of them. It might be there's a controlling individual, or there is an individual who will not commit with the Chariot. The Chariot very rarely commits as an individual. So it might be there is a non-committal individual here, the Chariot, in which you need to evaluate with the Six of Pentacles, this up and down relationship. So some of you guys might need to evaluate an up and down relationship in the year 2017, and that's why Justice is coming in, because the overall outcome is the Wheel of Fortune. It could be 50-50 with that card as the overall outcome. Some of you will walk away, some of you will just stay with what you have. You'll be happy to stay with just what's going on in the relationship. Even though you know that you're not being completely fulfilled, you'll be quite happy to stay where you are within that relationship. So it could work out in many ways. Let's have a look what's going on in your home situations for some of you Sagittarians. Wow, that's nice. Six of Wands often means a victory is coming to you. So it means that you are, there is a overcoming of some form of an obstacle. It means this can be an approach that's made to you as well. So for some of you guys, it might be approach, especially if it's from an estate agent or somebody who wants to buy your home, that type of thing. It might be that somebody's making an approach to you. Six of Wands can be somebody that's knocking on your door as well. Let's have a look what's going on underneath this card. Well, there's a change coming up here because we've got death. So this means, you know, no matter how you want to read death, it always means a major change is coming in. Let's see if we can move these cards over a little bit. Right, so I feel that there is a major change coming in for some of you guys because you've got the death card. It means closure. It means endings. It means a new cycle beginning as you definitely shut the door on one thing. So there is an ending coming in around your home life. What's this about? Oh, death to the lovers. Right, so possibly death to a relationship. Maybe that correlates with this energy here for the love life. All right, so there is an ending on a relationship potentially with the Lovers card. So it might not necessarily be an out and out death, but definitely there is an energy that is around this. It could be that an ending to a relationship sees you working out what to do. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles often means I don't know what to do. It means I'm weighing two things up. Well, if I end it, then what does that mean? If I stick with it, then what does that mean? And that might correlate to the love situation because we do have the Six of Wands here. The Justice card showing here. Is this man on the Six of Wands? Because this could be a fellow fire sign individual, Sagittarius. So is this the person that the main focus is on? Sagittarius, and does it correlate in any way to the personal situation here? Are both of you needing to make a judgment on the relationship? If that's the case, then maybe this Lovers card in the foundation suggests that a big choice is needing to be made with this card here. Because in your home life, an ending to a relationship results in things being up and down, or things being unsteady. It might be that there is an unsteady element to coming into your home life. But we've got the Six of Wands here as the general energy. Now, for some of you guys, it might be with this Six of Wands that you're achieving victory. You're actually leaving something behind that you no longer need. You're moving on. Cards where you see moving, people moving on horses and stuff, it means somebody's moving out of a situation and onto something better. So it might, and this comes after the Five of Wands, which is the conflict card. So for me, this is moving on from conflict. I feel for in your home life, some of you guys are moving on from conflict, and that's because there is possibly death to a relationship, which sees, with that Two of Pentacles, things might be a little bit rocky for a while in terms of that, especially if it's been a long-standing relationship. Also, it could be that some of you guys might be in two minds or weighing things up with the Two of Pentacles, Sagittarius. Death to a relationship sees you weighing up the odds or weighing up what to do with that Two of Pentacles. And that could be because in your love situation you need to make a big decision. General energy is having to make a big decision. Could be on somebody referenced as the Chariot, a particular person in which you need to evaluate. Queen of Pentacles, practically evaluate this up and down relationship with the Six of Pentacles. And therefore, you know, the outcome for this area here was things are up and down. Things are 50-50. And the Lovers card can mean a big choice, especially if this is in reference to this area here. What's the overall outcome for your home lives? There we go, the Hanged Man. I feel that this is kind of something that's a little bit on hold. You'd be amazed how many cards in the tarot are very similar. Hanged Man and the Wheel of Fortune can be very similar because it can mean, well, it can go one way or it can go the other. So the Hanged Man in terms of your home life, it might be, mm, this thing might be a little bit on hold in the overall outcome because you don't know what to do. Also, in your home life, it might not be a relationship. Remember, the Lovers means something that you love. So it could mean death to something that you love, possibly because you've got money issues going on. Two of Pentacles means I'm trying to make money work a lot of the time. So for some of you guys, it could be the overall energy is approaches that are made to you, the Six of Wands, or you're trying to overcome some form of difficulty, or because it's off the back of the Five of Wands, you overcome a very difficult period in terms of your homes. Because underneath this, there is an ending to something that you do love because of difficult money situations with the Two of Pentacles. But the overall outcome is the Hanged Man. It might be for some of you guys you're going to need to adjust to possibly a new home, because the Hanged Man does mean an adjustment that needs to be made, even though it's awkward and not so good. So some of you guys, it might be that you're downsizing from where you live. You might live in a great big mansion. 2017 might say, well, if you've been having money problems, then you know you've got an offer coming in here. Six of Wands can often be somebody who's making you an offer. All right. And they're making you an offer, and underneath that, there is an ending to the home that you love, because maybe with the Two of Pentacles, you've been trying to make things work. You've been trying to make money work with the bills, this, that, and the other. And perhaps that comes into your careers here, where you're excited. Maybe with the Two of Wands, new plan of action. Or a plan to approach the Hierophant in order to overcome some problems. Six of Wands can mean also overcoming some problems. So maybe we're matching this up and we're saying maybe there's some problems in terms of money that some of you guys have been going through, and some of you guys are perhaps looking to sell, or you are perhaps looking to downsize where you live in 2017. It can also be with the home life. Maybe you're looking to rent somewhere that's a bit smaller, and factored in could be the career thing, a way to make money. Maybe you're approaching a large organisation like the Hierophant in order to overcome some problems that you've had in terms of money. Maybe this is what's required to get yourself back on track. The love sections are very interesting though. I mean, personal situation isn't always love. No, it can be anything. But I would read this possibly a relationship, because a king and a queen are facing this judgment here, both making a judgment, and it's the general energy is around a relationship that's dead or failed. Maybe you and somebody else are able to have rebirth from one another here. But the outcome is the Lovers. For some of you guys, it will be staying in a relationship because this is your soulmate. For some of you guys, it will be a choice. And let's have a look at the final cards. Your future cards, Sagittarius. Let's look at what the general energy is around that. Well, the Five of Cups comes up and it says that there might be some sadness for some of you guys. Five of Cups often references the desire to have something back, or there's some sadness that you're experiencing, or you're experiencing the loss of a friendship or the loss of a relationship here. Let's have a look what's underneath this. Well, this past card, Six of Cups, shows up. So the past might be playing a very big focus in terms of the future cards. This is often the card where we're thinking about the past. Okay, so there might be some sadness here, especially with the Five of Cups. It matches up loss over a past relationship. Because this person is very focused on those three cups, and they're focusing on the three cups because the cups are no longer full. They're empty, which means that there's a failed relationship here. The person is very much still in the past with the Five of Cups. Could be over a past relationship, Six of Cups, or a relationship that was soulmate, or you felt somebody was a soulmate, or you felt there should have been unconditional love, that type of thing. What's around this Six of Cups? The Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands can mean I'm still holding on. Okay, so it could mean for some of you guys, and you look at the way that, and this is you guys because you're fire energy, so this is you guys that are still focused on the past. I feel some of you guys might still be holding on to a past situation here. Six of Cups is the past, and you're still holding on to it, perhaps potentially with that Nine of Wands. And what's the last card? The Seven of Pentacles. I feel for some of you guys, it could be a family home as well. Six of Pentacles can be a family home, or a home that you brought children up into. Okay, so it might be that the energies overall, and this can be running through the year, is that there will be some sadness, and it could be over a relationship, the Six of Cups, that you're still holding on to because you're having to evaluate a new path, or you're at a crossroads. Seven of Pentacles can often mean I'm at a crossroads. Do I carry on investing in this thing, or do I let it go and go in a new path? That one pentacle down there is the new path that this person can take. But the six pentacles that are on the bush says that this person's already built this thing up. All right. Some of you guys, it could be the home. Could be a home that you're holding on to because you've made a great investment. Seven of Pentacles also means I've made a great investment. So I feel there's something here. It doesn't have to be love, but I feel the general energy around throughout the year is one of loss and sadness for some of you, because there is a home or a relationship here, the Six of Pentacles, that you're still holding on to because you've invested quite a great deal into this. With that Seven of Pentacles, there's something you've invested in that you don't want to let go of here. And I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't the home area here, the home life, because it could be, if this is a love relationship and there is an ending to a relationship, possibly with that Two of Pentacles, that's been up and down. So we can say this has been up and down as well. But the Six of Wands is the overall energy for your home life. So the Six of Wands says that you're overcoming a difficult period in terms of your home life, because there is an ending to a relationship that's been up and down with that Two of Pentacles. And that would figure with these cards here being the overall energy for the month, that there is some sadness here as the overall energy. And that's over a relationship that you're still holding on to because you made a major investment in it with the Seven of Pentacles. So for some of you guys, you're still holding on to something here. And it's very, very difficult to let go of it. And if it's a home thing, a house, that type of thing, whatever the case might be, you're still holding on to something here that you don't want to let go of. And we're seeing that you need to make a big decision in terms of your love life. It could be over a person who's not committed. And with this Queen of Pentacles, you're evaluating this situation. I mean, you're really looking at it realistically for what it is. Because with the Six of Pentacles, it might be that you feel it's an unfair thing, or you feel that this person's not devoting enough time to you. Six of Pentacles can also mean somebody's not devoting enough time to me. We can see this person devotes time to one person but not to the other. So sometimes this is a card with the Six of Pentacles and love that says that there is an unfair distribution of time in regards to one person for something else. So it might mean in your love lives you have a big decision to make because there's somebody who's not dedicating enough time to you, or that the relationship again with that Six of Pentacles is up and down. And again, it's interesting because in your personal situation, we do have something has reached a pinnacle. It's dead. Underneath this, you guys, a queen, is looking at a transformation or rebirth from the King of Wands. So we could read it like that perhaps. Maybe the Queen of Wands is looking at rebirth from the King of Wands. So maybe the running area around this could be here, here, and here. And possibly here in 4 sections concurrently. There is something very similar going on here. In the career, it seems a little bit different, but there's changes all over. It's incredible, Sagittarius, for the year. I feel a lot of onus is going to be on relationships, and that's why that Lovers card showed up as the focus for the year. Relationships that mean an awful lot to you, things that you love, people that you love, that you'll be very, very focused on in 2017. Let's have a look where the future card leads to. The Devil. I feel that the future card as the overall card will be that you are looking to resist something that's not good for you. The Devil often shows up where we are, especially on this card here, on the Witch's Tarot deck. The Devil will often show up where the advice is, or the overall outcome is, I need to resist something that's not good for me. You can see on this card, these guys are trying to resist. Can you see how they shun themselves from the glare of the Devil? It's something that's very tempting. It wants to take them. It wants to have them in his grasp. This is a card that says, actually, I don't really want to focus on this thing that's not very good to me. I need to resist this as much as I want to go down that path. I really need to resist it. So I feel that this area through the year is trying to resist something that potentially in the main is not particularly good for you. Especially in the areas of, or the things that are kind of sapping you dry of your energy, like paying out too much for a mortgage, or paying out too much for rent, or staying in a relationship for sexual or superficial or unhealthy reasons. This is trying to take yourself away with this shadow side, away from something that's unhealthy. The overall outcome is that you're able to resist this Devil here. There might be some loss here. It's over a relationship, something that means a lot to you with that Six of Cups that you're holding on to because you've invested in it. Seven of Pentacles. It could be anything. Could be a home business, for example. Somebody makes a, somebody wants to buy your business or buy your home. It doesn't just have to be love. But the overall outcome for this area here, the running theme for the year, is the shadow side. And that is rejecting or trying to remove oneself from the temptation of staying in something that is not good for you in the long run. What is going to be your wish all year round, Sagittarius? Well, the world. I feel that for some of you guys, your wishes are to have closure in certain areas. I feel that you're looking for closure in whatever capacity that might take, whether it's to start again, start afresh with a person, or whether it's to completely shut something down. I feel that you're looking for achievement. The world card also means achievement. So I feel within your work area, your wish will be for some form of achievement here. I feel within your home life, your wish will be for it's achievement all round, really. But also it's closure. It might be in the home life you're wishing for closure. It doesn't say death, but it's that things come to a natural end. In your love life, I feel that you are looking for closure with the world card. And within your future area, running through the year with these cards here, I feel that your wish is for closure again. It looks like it's a difficult year to close things down, though, because you're in two minds quite a bit of the time, I feel, especially within the home area. But then it's good because the overall energy is victory. You're overcoming something here, and that's because there is death to a relationship that's been up and down, whether that's death of a relationship with another human being or death in relationship to something that you loved, like a home, a car, or whatever it is. There is death to a relationship that was up and down with that Two of Pentacles. It wasn't going, and it was sapping you dry for some reason or other, Sagittarius, and that's why you're wishing for closure here. Same thing for love. The overall energy is to make a very big decision with the Justice card. Could be around a Cancerian individual or somebody who was not committed. You've looked at this very realistically with the Queen of Pentacles and decided that this person is not giving you enough attention, or, they're not kind of just focusing on you, but they're focusing on other things. So the wish could be, I'll need closure here. Future cards here, there's loss over a relationship that you're still holding on to, because you've made a huge investment in it. But you need your closure there. You need the closure. You're wishing for closure, because I feel that it's almost like a really tired energy for some of you guys, that you're holding on to things that are no longer serving you, and you really need to let them go. Let's have a look what the overall card is for the year. Where is everything heading towards? Wow, the Star. That's brilliant. So the Star card says everything is heading in a very, very positive way, very optimistic way. Your wishes and your dreams are coming true when you get this Star card. It says don't give up hope, because actually you're on the right track. Things are going to start looking up for you. They're going to start looking really positive. So even though the energy of the reading felt really tired when I was doing it, and I did feel tired doing this reading, because it just seemed there was a lot for you guys to get through in 2017. A lot for you guys to get through. Because it looks like you've made such an investment in certain areas of your life. But it looks like it's for the best if you need to close certain things down, because they're not serving you and you need to let them go. Let's have a look at the overall advice card for 2017. Wow, the Emperor showed up again. I feel that this is you guys taking back your control, because this is what the Emperor really means. The Emperor's advice card can mean others have control over us. But it can also mean that you tap into, I feel that this is more with the advice card with the Emperor. It can represent somebody coming in potentially. After all, we do have an Emperor card showing in your career section here. So it might be your career that really kind of saves you from everything else. Okay, because we do have that you are enthusiastic with that Knight of Wands. There's also some change-related events happening with the Knight of Wands, and this is you guys, Sagittarius. Okay, it seems to be that there is initial progress, perhaps with the Hierophant, in terms of a change of direction, maybe with that Six of Swords. So you might be presenting ideas to a Hierophant, a company, a group of people here, in which you are hoping to overcome as well with this Six of Swords some difficulty. So I get the impression that it will be the career in 2017, Sagittarius, that will really save you from some of these other energies that you're going through. And I feel that the advice card being the Emperor, it could be that this is somebody who will play a very intrinsic part in your life where there are certain things that you've needed to come out, to kick out of your life. It could be that there is somebody around you, the Emperor, who's able to give you some very good advice, but also able to be a bit of your backbone as well. Emperors are usually fathers, protectors, patriarchal individuals, males, strong male authoritarian figures. So it could be that there is a very strong male or authoritarian figure, whether you're male or female, that's going to be around you in 2017, really kind of holding you up there, because it just seems that you go through some difficulty, a lot of difficulty maybe in your personal situation, especially having to let go of something you don't want to let go of. And it could be anything in terms of your, your personal lives. This can also be that you are starting to build your own security, but that's through wisdom and effort and intelligence and rationality with the Emperor. So it can also, I feel the advice is that you need to not focus so much on love, for some of you guys, especially if this is to do with relationship, breakups of relationships, letting go of things that mean a lot to you, like relationships, or it could be superficial things, or it could be, certain things that you're in love with. It doesn't just have to be a love relationship. But the Emperor, for me, as a card, says, well, be reasonable about this. This isn't all about, the Emperor is not particularly dressed in finery. He looks good and everything, but, he's not all about the money. He's all about taking control of the reins and standing in your power and gaining control back through logic and reason and intelligence, and not through emotional stuff. This is why this card can often be seen as an emotionally detached individual. It can be seen as a very kind of protective individual, but usually it can also be a very emotionally detached individual. So I feel that this card is also saying, as advice, you need to detach yourself from certain areas in 2017 in order to further yourself, especially in terms of your career, I would say, in the year 2017, Sagittarius. Very, very interesting reading. I do feel that you're going to be taking back the reins, and I feel that you're going to be, some of you guys, there might be a promotion. You get Emperor cards. The overall outcome here might be a promotion. Emperor can show up when there's a promotion. So you get something like Six of Pentacles and the Emperor. It means that you're being given a promotion. Okay, so the overall outcome here could mean a promotion in the career sector here. And we've got the Emperor showing up again as the advice card. So it might be, for, it's got just a double whammy there. Some of you guys might be, the advice is to focus on promoting yourself in terms of what you have the most control over, because that's the place that's going to kind of catapult you in terms of your happiness, and then focus on the other things afterwards. Seems like a bit of a year that you've got to get through here, Sagittarius, but you will make it. All right, that's your reading. Year ahead reading, Sagittarius, for 2017. I would like to say thank you very, very much for choosing Carol's Universe for your year ahead reading, and I'll see you on your generals. Take care.